It's a high-tech conference, but a very low-tech presentation. Okay, thank you. In fact, Elena, you did everything for me. I was going to do some thank yous as well, but I don't want to do any overkill. I think it's fantastic to see everyone here. I don't think the symbolism of you being here today in this city is lost in anyone. This is the last divided city in Europe, capital city in Europe, I should say, because there are some cities that will claim that they're also divided. And I think the fact that we are talking about peace and technology demonstrate very clearly the futility of a division like the one that we have here in Cyprus. The walls mean nothing. And I think that many Cypriots here on the island have for many, many years realized the futility of this division. We've got a chance to answer the question, peace by whom and for whom. In Cyprus, one of the major problems, I think many people would agree, is that the process of peace has so often been dictated by political elites, that the people of this island have really not had a real substantive opportunity to have a voice in how that peace should be made. And I think the opportunities which are offered by the whole debate on technology and peace, of course, creates huge entry points to being able to redefine how citizens engage with the peacemaking process. So I'm not going to answer the question that you have in front of you. I'm sorry, that's your job over the next 2 days. But I'm going to put forward a question which I think I'd like you to consider, which is, how can technology help to really connect people to the rarefied table of the political elites? We have an issue here in Cyprus, but we have issues elsewhere in the world too. There are lots of peace processes going on. There are lots of politicians who are determining how those peace processes are conducted. So I think Elena was right. We're very privileged, and I think that it is a responsibility for us to try and address that question because it's crucial. Now, here in Cyprus, we've attempted to try and use technology to do precisely that, to try and close the gap between citizens and the negotiations and the peace process. And I want to give a few examples which I think feed very well into the three themes that you have. We've laboured, and my team here have put in a lot of effort in creating something called mahalle. Mahalle means neighbourhood in several languages. We chose it deliberately. It means neighbourhood in Turkish and Greek, but it also means neighbourhood in many other languages. So I learned yesterday that actually mahalla is neighbourhood in Albanian or Kosovo. So that's another language to add to the list. But this neighbourhood for civic engagement, or this digital neighbourhood for civic engagement, has provided an opportunity for people here in Cyprus to design their own solutions to address the social problems which are defined by the conflict, defined by the division. And we've taken a route which has been very different from the way that UNDP normally does things. We haven't sat around the table and created project documents. We've used Mahalle as a way to invite citizens, whether they've been involved in peacemaking or whether they are first-timers, to actually design initiatives. And then we have been able to support them. I want to talk about empowerment. That is really a very good example of how we've helped to empower people. We've also spent a lot of time on trying to support behavioural change. We have some friends from the Cyprus Community Media Centre here. One of our big initiatives over the years has been to create the first genuine community media facility here on the island. It exists in the UN buffer zone. It now has the first intercommunal internet studio, which broadcasts across the island. And it's a way that we've been able to help redefine the narratives, the discourses on the relationship between the two communities. And finally, Elena's point on impact. For me, and I'll go back to this question I posed at the beginning, how do we connect people to the rarefied table of the peace negotiations? For me, the impact is how do you give legitimacy to a peace process? Where is the grounded legitimacy for that peace process? How do people whose daily lives are being shaken in Syria and in Yemen feel that they have any role whatsoever in the peace process that may be taking place? And how can technology play a role in that respect? These are huge questions. And I think that the privilege that we have over the next 2 days means that we have a huge responsibility to try and answer those questions the best way we can. So I contend that at the end of the day, leaderships, politicians have a responsibility to give citizens a chance to be part of the peacemaking effort. They have a duty, and citizens have an entitlement to be part of that process. So I'm going to finish here. We have a global community of peacemakers and peace builders, and I really encourage you to take that responsibility and take it forward into the future. Thank you very much.